Awesome! Here we go! Edwards, let me know whenever we're ready for me to actually do an intro.
I guarantee you have never heard a white guy say the lyrics to It's Tricky with less enthusiasm.
Ready to go.
Even though I actually do
And
love
all
that
that's
song.
recorded.
Awesome, great.
Aw, son of a bitch.
Okay, can I do my intro, please? I can't stop
Features
having...
just keep getting better and better.
Oh,
Yeah,
they keep getting more and more chaotic. It's amazing. Welcome.
That's how you know it's a good
your
game.
spiral decline.
Welcome everyone to the USS Guan, the Star Trek Adventures RPG show here on the Star Trek on USS Guan YouTube page. That's my impression of Steel Tomorrow's opening. To make it a little bit more professional. Last we left off, some stuff happened. In terms of after destroying two scale 4 birds of prey with their tiny little scale 3 ship, and you all being very patient with me on ship's combat stuff, we eventually boarded the mystery station after the station started expelling different energies to open up a wormhole of sorts. For what purpose this wormhole is to be opened, we're not quite sure. Characters are sure, but they've all made their assumptions. Upon boarding, they went through some stuff. Some security officers got injured, and they met up with their foe, Admiral, the Romulan Admiral, who they all thought was a changeling. Turns out, just a shitty Romulan Admiral. Admiral Velnock. Admiral Velnock then hinted at during his long and lengthy monologue a possible alliance between the Romulan intelligence agency and the Dominion. Upon that revelation, a large squad of Jem'Hadar warriors unshrouded, and a fight ensued in which Commander Edwards was almost left behind by, if not for the quick efforts of Lieutenant Nishizumi to beam on board both Commander Edwards and a very grumpy Jem'Hadar first. A battle ensued, and we pick up the action directly. Everyone's on the ship now. You are now in the USS Tenjin on board, and currently within, I would say, medium range now of the. You have undocked and are now at medium range to the station itself. So, my wonderful Star Trek people, what would you wish to do? There is currently a roaring, open wormhole that is currently being generated by the emitters that are on board the station.
I am going to go to sickbay as ordered while I continue to wirelessly try to shut the thing down.
Okay. Yeah.
Commander Edwards is definitely in sickbay at this moment?
No, there are 4 security guards there, 2 of which were injured or dead. Yeah, no, possibly still alive, slit throats. Kelly's been injured, and Edwards did not go to sickbay, and he is nursing his wound up on the bridge.
All right. So Edwards is up on the bridge. Kelly and Hagen are in sickbay. What's Nishizumi doing? You see on the ground right next to the you see I don't know who actually stunned the Jem'Hadar first. I believe it was Nishizumi, but
that was me. Yeah, that was me. That was me.
I shot the Jem'Hadar first, but it was Nishizumi that actually succeeded.
Yes. Nishizumi, you see a fallen. You've read the reports about potential sort of soldiers of the Dominion. This humanoid is 7 foot tall, like flailed out on the floor, sort of halfway fallen behind the transport platform in the transporter room. Nishizumi, you have a stunned Jem'Hadar in front of you. What do you do?
Don't we also have a stunned admiral too?
That stunned admiral per orders, I believe would. Well, I guess that's up to Edwards.
Yeah, that was bring his ass to the brig. We'll deal with him
Yeah.
later.
So he was beamed directly into the brig. So currently you
Is
just.
he injured or just stunned?
I believe he got stunned right in the chest. So I think he should be fine.
Well, I would say put the Jemadar in the brig as well. We can capture him as a prisoner.
All right. Yeah. You
But
see.
I think Nishizumi would probably try to head up. Sorry. I think Nishizumi would probably head up to the bridge and just let the security take care of the brig people.
Yeah, and on that, you see coming in, you see four a contingent of security officers who registered that there were weapons fire inside of the transporter room, who were sent there, and they sort of look at you and nod and say, "Bridge to the to the brig, Lieutenant."
You guys are late, incredibly late. I had to do all your damn work. Can you take this unwanted visitor to the brig?
Look a little. I mean, they're security officers. They obviously they sort of nod actually, and say, "Okay, yeah, we can take him to the brig." And you see the ensign who's in charge of the security contingent nods over, and they all begin the process of carrying the 7 foot tall hunky, not hunky,
Nishizumi just
lunky.
gives them a just Nishizumi just gives them the small stare, basically, because she's not really too happy with the security.
Okay. Yeah. They sort of, as when they see that look, they sort of move quicker. They go, "Come on, let's go." And they hightail it out of there. They're sort of carrying this guy over to the brig, which on a ship this size is not that far away. And then you said that you're making your way to the bridge.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Nishizumi, you head up to the bridge. Down in sick bay, on our way to sick bay, actually, Kelly, you said that you wanted to attempt to shut down the emitter, right?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, I forgot to remind everybody. It is a 3-track game, so I get 3, 6, 9, 12 threat. And yep, I believe there's an existing extended task. Yep, but by wormhole. Great. No successes on this as of yet. I believe it's been attempted twice, but no successes right now. Your role for this to start the process is control engineering. Base difficulty is currently 4. Your work track is 17. It has a magnitude of 4 and a resistance of 1.
Okay, so I'm gonna pull out a couple stops here.
Cool.
Does anyone mind if I dump truck threat on the DM?
Go right ahead.
It's what I figured. So let's see. NB 1, 3. Let's say I'll go ahead and give you 6 threat.
Num 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 num.
And I will be using my Starfleet citation for conspicuous gallantry on this. So I will be rolling 3 extra die in addition to my computer's expertise, I believe, was allowed.
Okay. So the maximum amount of dice that you can have is 5. So if you want to have 5 dice in total, yeah. So I will actually. That's nice of me. So I will remove 3 threat.
Yeah, it is. Thank you. I forgot about that.
Yep. So 5 dice in total. Go ahead and give me your control engineering roll.
Alright, 5 dice, focus in electronic warfare. Control engineering, not security.
Maybe use the star cross here.
So early in the session?
This is the roll.
This is your only job, Kelly.
Yeah, but it's also an extended task. I'm gonna have to do this again.
Ah, that's true.
Speaking of Star-Crossed, curious, do our determinations reset?
Oh, that's a good point. Our determinations do. Our uses of metals, I believe, do not.
Correct.
Yep.
I
So
think
everybody should be starting with one determination.
yeah, which actually means that I believe I used my star cross last session, which means I cannot use it until our next mission.
That would be correct. Yep.
But I never did use the other one, so here we go.
Mm-hmm. I believe you rolled control security an accident.
I had engineering selected, but yes, I did apparently.
So your control engineering score is what?
My
15.
control engineering score is 13. So, with that 4 being counted as a success, it looks like?
With that
No,
14.
it isn't. But
Your control-
that is...
Sorry, Kelly, your control is 10, engineering is 5, 15.
10 plus 5 is 15.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, that should be 4 successes.
Okay, yeah,
Reroll
4
that
successes.
20.
And I am re-rolling that 20.
Sounds good.
Yay, bold.
Awesome.
Heyo.
That is,
6 successes.
you generate 2 momentum.
I would like to use one of those for piercing.
Yep. Okay, go ahead. Great. That gets rid of all the resistance. Go ahead and roll. So it's 5 plus 2 challenge dice. So it's 7.
And then I need to roll the 3 for the metal.
Yep. Roll your 3 for the metal first. That takes back threat on effects, right?
Alright.
No such
Damn.
luck.
Oh well.
All right, go ahead and roll 7 more challenge dice. Alrighty. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 raw.
I think I'll spend that momentum to re-roll the 1 to see if I can get 10.
Okay, sounds good.
Yes!
All right, there is 10 raw. Keep in mind, still only 1 breach with extended task roll, so that it still does more work. So it still does 10 work on the work track. That is a breakthrough. You're sort of running, and you're in the midst of this sort of battle scene. You're running through the corridors. You see, as you sort of focus, you see a couple of engineering officers run back and forth, repairing the ship, trying to get power into the right systems. Your eyes roll back, and you're able, after a couple of failures actually from the last section, you're able to, with admin access, get into the emitter circuitry. Still is nowhere near completed though. You have 3 more magnitudes to go. I'm going to go ahead and move now over to the bridge. Lieutenant Nishizumi, you run into the bridge. Edwards, I'm assuming you're in center chair.
Yeah, so I would have been arriving probably moments before her.
Okay. Yeah, Edwards, Nishizumi, you pretty much walk into the bridge at the same time. You see Detrol looks up and says, "Captain on the bridge. Captain, you're wounded in your shoulder. Is that?
Yeah,
you
we'll
okay?
worry about that later. Thal,
Okay.
scan that wormhole. Let me know what we're dealing with.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Down in sick bay, Hagen senses something is wrong.
Oh, well, actually, now that Lee's here, we can have Strasser roll.
I am still not home.
Okay. Oh, yeah, you're just listening. That's fine.
I'm stuck in the highway because somebody had a motorcycle accident and is
Oh geez.
bleeding all over the highway. So I was
God.
I was out there, and now the cops are out there, and EMS is out there, and the highway's blocked.
Oh,
How
jeez.
inconsiderate.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my god, Hagen.
Yeah.
Don't say that. Well, all right.
We'll
Well,
flip the Strasser anyway because during
Yeah.
player
Yeah.
character.
and yeah, we'll go ahead and roll for you, me right now. But
I can't do much of anything right now.
okay. Are you still able to sort of talk or no?
For the moment, yeah. This is through Discord on the phone, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, all right. If you want to chime in, then you can absolutely chime in. Okay, don't let me talk over you or anything. Okay. This will be to scan the wormhole. This is going to be, and let me look at your ship right now. Actually, need to see if there are any breaches to your sensors. Your sensors do currently have a breach. So you see,
So the
on that
lazy
order,
ass engineers weren't even fixing things while we were on the.
you were on the
Why?
you were on the the station for maybe a total of 7 or 8 minutes.
Just saying, the gold department's not shaping up well.
Excuse me, my engineers are doing their goddamn best.
Technically, I don't think you are the. Is Jack the chief engineer? Or
I think
so-
we're
sorta?
not important, but I think I basically you've been acting like it. I think. Because there really isn't a established chief engineer, but you can only have one role at a time, and Jack has the opposite tactic, I think. So,
Yes.
okay, well, yeah, you see Strasser go, one moment, sir, and sort of connect the station. You see her station hums back to life. Whoa, 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 whoa. And we are going to have for this, it's going to be reason science. Difficulty of 2 increased by 1 due to the nebula, to 3.
Okay. Well, in that case, going to buy with threat.
How many?
2, please.
For 2 dice, so 3 threat in total. Okay. Sounds good. Go ahead
Does
and make
the
your roll.
ship assist?
Yes, the ship does
Can the
assist.
ship assist?
Yeah, the ship can assist with sensor science. Alrighty. 1 momentum generated on that. So yeah, basically, you detect that this wormhole is growing at an exponential rate. Currently, it has the scale. It's actually starting to stabilize at this point. It's growing, and you can see where it started as a little like maybe basketball-sized hole in space. It's now growing, and you see sort of around the edges, and sort of there's like a little intermediary layer between the wormhole and normal space, where everything is it looks very unstable. However, the center part of it is stable. It is currently the size of a scale. It's between scale 3 and scale 4 size at this point.
Okay.
That's what you get, Edwards.
Okay,
Sorry.
cool. Yep. So we've not got a lot of time. Okay, cool. Lieutenant Commander Kelly, how long till you shut that thing down?
Work in progress, sir.
Can you give me a number?
I can give you an estimate.
I'll take it.
Sometime between no and yes.
I hate you so much. Okay.
I'm spending threat.
Yep. Okay. Keep an eye on that wormhole. Make sure nothing comes out. If anything, yeah.
You see the troll cuts you off. The troll goes, "Sir, I'm getting a reading. I believe something may be emerging from the wormhole. Well, we have always been at red alert here, but just for color, we are now in combat. As you see on the view screen, the screen magnifies, and you see 3 vessels exit from the wormhole of Edwards. And Nishizumi is also at the helm as well. Either one of you.
What the hell?
Is everything okay?
Captain, you okay there?
That's scary. I'm gonna go ahead and click boop. There we go. Sorry, Lee. If you figure it out, just send us a text and I can unmute you. Awesome. I will have one of you be the primary role between Edwards and Nishizumi, and the other assist. Give me either reason con or security, difficulty 2.
It's gonna be the same roll
Let's
no matter what we
do-
do. So, Nishizumi, take the lead.
Okay, so you want me out?
You're rolling reason con difficulty 2, assisted by me.
Let's see. Reason con? Reason
Yep.
con? Oof. Alright. I have helm ops or astronavigation's focus.
No. This role, I'll tell you what this role is about. It's about ship identification. So I don't think you have an applicable focus to this. But yeah, so it'd be reason con.
Alright. What am I rolling for though?
Yeah, so you're rolling to see if you can identify the ship that's on the view screen right now.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't have starship identification or anything like that. Alright. Edwards, what's your reason?
We're working on the same roll with no focuses, the same stats. That's why I gave you the lead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. Well. Right?
Sorry, you're breaking up there. What did you say?
Difficulty 3.
Difficulty 2.
Sure. Well. I will just. How much threat do you got? Because I can't see that.
I have
He's
9
on my
threat
end.
currently.
9 threat, okay. So I'll give you one more threat.
Okay.
Because you need to have some too.
Mm-hmm.
Have some fun too. Roll dice. Oh,
Yep, we're good.
that worked out.
Okay, great. 1 momentum generated. Nishizumi, you've been looking into before this you read up on the intelligence reports that they were able to provide you in regards to Dominion vessels. In front of you there are 3 Jemadar attack ships in a squad posture. You see that there's 1 lead vessel with 2 vessels on either side in a triangle shape. They appear to be coming out of the wormhole, and they are now turning to come towards you. For everybody, the wormhole and the ships themselves are currently at long range.
Well, I'll tell Edwards this. Captain, these are Gemini attack ships by the looks of them.
Acknowledged. Okay. Evasive maneuvers. Let's get our dancing shoes on.
Alrighty. For everybody's information, we are in combat. You guys do act first.
I don't want to use my turn to initiate the evasive maneuvers. However,
Yeah, I can do that. Is there a roll for that?
There certainly is.
he can't look at the compendium. I'll grab it.
Nope. I will. Yep, I'll take a look at it. Evasive action. That is going to be Daring Con. Difficulty of 1, assisted by the ship's structure con.
I'm sorry, what was the difficulty?
Difficulty of 1.
Okay. How much momentum do we got?
We have 2, and I would recommend saving it because we're going to need to pay to maintain after your turn.
Okay, so how about we just spend 1 threat to get bold?
Okay.
What do you guys think?
Absolutely.
Alright, just so that way we can generate a little bit more momentum out of this. And
Listed by the ship. Fuck you, ship.
Reroll that 20.
Yep. Alright.
I don't believe that 20 can be rerolled as it
No.
is the ship's die.
Yeah, so
Oh, no.
two momentum to quash.
just kind of squash it.
Alrighty. You generate 2 momentum, and using that 2 momentum to quash the complication.
You could reroll that 16, I think. Didn't you spend to get that?
I risk, I reward.
Sure, I guess, if that 16's doing nothing.
Yeah, if you want to reroll it, you can. It's up to you, though.
Hey, look
There
at
you
that!
go.
That's why we do it.
Okay.
2 momentum generating, putting you up to 4 momentum in total. Yeah, you move around in your same spot, you swish around and swirl, and you take evasive action. Awesome. Are you spending to keep the initiative?
Let's do. I'm just going to make the decision there and say yes, he is, because he's muted.
Well, he can either swift task or he can
true.
keep the initiative. So if he wants to act again, it would be 2 momentum for a swift task. But if you want somebody else, else to go, then it
I
would
do
be
want
2
someone
to,
else to go. 2 to maintain.
2 to
I'm
maintain.
not sure what else I can do, really.
Should I start
than
treating the
which-
security forces
No,
just in
not-
case?
Not just yet, because we're still dealing with 2 structure breaches, 1 more and we're pooched. So I'm going to use my turn to hand off my turn as a command to get some damage control teams going to fix the structure. So
Okay. 1 moment, please.
one more thing on Kelly's plate.
GM, don't forget I do have glancing impact.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. I will keep that in mind. Damage control teams is where?
Oh
yeah, yeah. So that
sensors and internal.
okay, sensors and internal. Awesome. They can choose a single damaged or disabled system and attempts a presence engineering task with a difficulty determined by the system chosen. God. Okay. Just 1 moment. Alrighty, just one moment here for me, guys.
Mhm.
Just doing a little rules thing. Alrighty. Your structure is currently damaged, correct? It only has the two breaches.
Yes, it's got 2 breaches.
Okay. All tasks to repair breach effects suffer complication. So, just to be clear, just to be clear that with this, your breaches will not go away. I'm just letting you know about that. In order to repair your breaches, basically, it requires you being docked. But
Oh,
it
God.
will currently. Right now, there's an effect going on your structure that any tasks that use that system are increased in difficulty by 2, which I believe we forgot to do before. But because was that assisted by StructureCon before?
Yes, it was.
Okay. Well, I believe. Okay. You would have still succeeded. I am gonna just retroactive. I am gonna retroactively take some momentum though.
Yep.
So difficulty would then have been 3. Okay. I'm just gonna reduce it to 0 now. So if you want that effect to go away, you can send a damage control team, but the breach will still remain. It's up to you.
Okay. Yeah. So I still want that effect to go away because there's 3 of them, and we're gonna need that evasive actions working every round.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, that will be to repair this. Sorry. Damaged currently. Okay. So what is the roll for that?
It is presence engineering.
Presence
I am-
engineering, and then
I'm
Mhm.
using my command task though to do it, so I'm giving it to someone with presence in engineering.
okay. Okay, so you're directing is basically
Yes.
what. Okay, so who are you directing to
It's either going to be Kelly.
Okay.
Kelly, get your teams on this.
Okay. So Kelly,
Just
Kelly,
so you know, Kelly's presence score is like 7.
Cool. My engineering's 1.
Oh.
well, what's your presence though, Edwards?
Also 7.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So it's a presence engineering task, but I'm trying to look for the difficulty with the task should be. So I'm sorry. Is
Oh,
it?
it's
It's 2 because of the amount of breaches, right?
Yeah, difficulty varies.
Okay. Okay, so it's difficulty 2. So yeah, Kelly, if you could give me presence engineering, it's going to be difficulty of 2. However, okay, move
And then
elsewhere in the
assisted
ship.
by me.
Okay, so here's another thing that the Klingon. Okay. You can either do a damage control tank for this, or you can direct someone to just go and fix the damage. So instead of presence for the damage control, because basically what you're telling Edwards to do is, hey, coordinate your damage control teams to go and do this. You could direct Edwards to go and do it herself.
I think you're having a
yeah.
little name issue there.
Yeah, I
Who
understood.
did that? What? Okay.
You kept calling Kelly Edwards.
Oh, you can direct. Yeah, sorry. You can direct Kelly to do it herself. It will. In that case, it would be daring or control engineer.
That would be so much better.
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, we'll do that then. All right. Kelly, I know you got a lot on your plate, but while you're poking around in that wormhole generator, any chance you can get your hands fixing our structure issues?
I can multitask, aye, sir.
Okay. Kelly, basically you're running through the corridor, you're on your way to sick bay. On your left, you see there's a structural integrity console that's set up for emergencies. And there's actually a emergency force field down because there's a hull breach down that hallway. You run up to that. Go ahead and give me This is going to be control engineering, difficulty of 3.
Okay.
Basically, you're using this console to number 1 short of this specific one, and to other hull breaches that you have around.
So, no focus to speak of.
Nothing in damage control or emergency repairs.
Nope.
Alrighty. Are you buying any dice?
Can we call an emergency force field a gadget? I'm joking.
Okay.
I do not expect to apply my gadgetry focus. Yeah, I will give you 1 dice with threat.
Okay.
The answer is stupid. Does not say or signify it.
The ship will not be assisting, just letting you know.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and roll your 3 dice.
Yeah,
I,
one
however,
time.
will be assisting.
Yes, you will be assisting with your presence command.
Okay. Dice don't fail me now. I'm gonna re-roll that 20.
Okay.
Thank you, Edwards.
Okay.
Who needs
One
focuses?
thing that I do have to be a rules lawyer about is that, unfortunately, because your structure is damaged, your comp range is increased. So your comp range is 18 through 20 as a comp. Is what I forgot to mention. I apologize. But so you still, I believe you still succeed at the task. So that is, difficulty 3, but you do have a complication still remaining.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. And there's no momentum on the board to quash. As you begin to you sort of, because right now you're attempting to multitask, you dive into this work. You see the structural integrity field is actually failing at this point. You get it to the point where you have it just barely above tolerance. But as you sort of check back into your other thing that you were doing to stop the wormhole, you notice that it sort of puts you in a place that you're not familiar with inside of the circuitry. You see that you've gone into a place sort of neurally that is almost purely Dominion tech, of which you have much less experience with. The effect of that mechanically is that your resistance goes up by 2.
Jesus.
Resistance 3. All right. So your resistance is now 3 for your current for your extended task that you have going. That was, I believe, 2 tasks on your guys' action. Is there?
No.
Okay.
I can't do anything else.
All right. It is my turn to act. Just one moment, please. Whoa. You see the lead ship arcs away from the remaining ships. And comes and maneuvers towards you. One moment, I'm looking at my stop blocks and everything. Ooh, I can feel the tension. It's palpable. You see it closes to medium range on you and is going to attempt to fire at you. It is +1 difficulty due to evasive maneuvers, right?
Correct.
And
Additionally, we have increased
glancing
resistance.
impact does what again? I'm sorry.
It gives us extra resistance. So unless there's something mucking about, we've got 7 resistance. I believe the structure took 1 away.
Increases.
But
Okay, so that increases your resistance. Great.
Yeah.
So now your standing resistance is what?
7.
7, right?
Structure had dropped that down by 1, but we just fixed the structure, so it's back up to 7.
Back up to 7. Okay. Great. I am going to. So maneuver is 1 task. I'm spending 2 momentum to keep the maneuvering is 1 task. Spending 2 threat. Anywhere within medium range. Just 1 moment, please. Okay. You see, actually, the fighter. The fighter moves deeper in and actually closes the close range. Now I'm spending 2 threat, and is going to attempt to hit you. It is difficulty 3, control, security, assisted by weapons, security. They have a talented crew. 13 target number, crit range of 3. I'm spending 3 threat for 4 dice until nope, I'm only gonna do just 1 threat for a 3rd die. And I'm gonna roll 3 dice. Assisted by weapons, security, form task. Okay. So that 2 is a crit. Okay.
I have some concerns.
That is 3. I'm going to. You see, it charges in, and it is going to fire. You see, extending out the front. You see 2 thick weapon emplacements that are pretty much nailed right to the front of it. Okay, that is 2, 4, 5, 7, 9, 11. 11 minus 7. Oh, I'm gonna have to roll. Spend 1 to re-roll.
Well, you
I'm gonna
don't.
reroll.
You don't have to.
1, 2, 3. Nice. Okay, so that is 2, 4, 6, 7, 9, 11, 13. 13 minus 7 equals 13 minus 7 is 6. So that is 6 damage. Does it drop the
It
Tenjin
does.
shields?
Yep,
Okay.
he had 6 shields.
Alrighty, so that is 2 breaches. I'm gonna go ahead and roll 2d20. I'm currently referencing the Klingon in the Klingon book on the rolls for the ships. I'm gonna tell you right now, you do not want me to roll structure right now
Nope.
for anyone.
Gentlemen, it has been an
which
honor.
is only 10 to 17. So, you know. Little gap.
Oh my god.
Rip us.
I'm rolling 2 challenge dice. 5 and a 6 is our effects, correct?
I believe so.
Okay. Everybody currently on the Guan Yu, on the Tenjin, pick a number between 1 and 4.
Roll this d4.
I'll take 4.
Edwards.
I took 2.
Okay. Nishizumi, pick either 1 or 3.
I'll take 3.
Okay, that means Kestra is 1. D4. That is a 4. So that's Kelly, right?
That's
Yep.
good.
Kelly, you're currently working in front of the station. You feel you feel a surge of energy through your fingertips, and you are thrown back and slam against the wall and fall. You currently that is a lethal injury. I will allow you to spend 2 threat to avoid the injury, if you'd like.
I will spend 2 threat to avoid the injury, so I'll go ahead and get back up while you lose 2 threat. I'll take advantage of your miswording there.
No.
Can't blame you for trying.
Kelly, you wake up. Your eye, you feel blood trickling down your forehead, and you feel you definitely have a concussion. You take a second to stand up. You see that the force field that's currently holding this breach in place, it's hanging on for dear life. That is 2 breaches to your structure. Your structure is currently destroyed. Let me get everybody an idea what that means. With hull breaches across your ship, fires raging, and life support systems failing, the ship is crippled. Your ship's resistance reduces to 0. Tasks to repair any other systems on the ship can no longer be attempted during combat, and the ship may not move except by thrusters. Now,
Them Duke boys was in a heap of trouble.
you all feel power immediately fall. Emergency systems are just barely online, and you hear the emergency batteries from the engines sort of kick on life support. Each one of you feel the air gets stale. The lights sort of dim. It is your guys' turn. What do you do?
Is talking a free action?
Talking is certainly a free action.
May I say some stuff?
Yeah.
Anyone mind?
Go ahead.
Kelly to Hagen?
Sad.
Lo siento. I was on a call with my sister. I'm back.
Oh, so you don't know what just happened?
No. What happened?
Oh, of all the things to miss.
You guys just got 2 more breaches to your structure. Your structure is now destroyed.
Oh, we're dead. We're down. We're dead in the water.
Yeah, you feel. Also, you guys feel the emergency, the inertial dampeners release. Gravity is still functioning for now. However, you feel your sense of equilibrium gets mixed up.
Have we put out the distress signal yet?
No. Jack was about to say something.
Yeah.
As soon as I feel that, and I feel us go dead in the water, first response is computer. Is the computer still on?
I believe it would still work. Yeah. Doo-doo.
Computer, are we? What just happened?
Structural integrity fields failing across decks 3, 4, and 5. Hull breaches on those decks are expanding.
Oh dear. What deck am I on?
You are on. We're gonna do this by the book. Let me look up. Hang on, Saber class deck plans. I'm not gonna make it up. I want to look. Saber class deck plan. It's deck 5. You as soon as the computer says that, you hear a wee decompression danger. Decompression danger. Evacuate deck. Evacuate deck.
All right, people, let's move. Let's move.
We.
I'm gonna start detaching the beds because the beds do act as like grav lifts, and I'm gonna start getting everybody out.
Okay.
What deck was Saoirse on?
Deck
Deck
5.
1 or 2.
Oh, okay, deck 5. All right. So,
you also hear it. You see the force seal holding that hull breach that you're next to start to.
Kestra to Hagen.
I'm Kestra.
Yeah.
Derp. Kelly to Hagen.
Yes, Saoirse. And
Hey,
you just kind of hear, all right, yes, move. Grab the med kit. Yes,
it's
yes.
good to hear you're trying to get off deck 5 too. I'm thinking I'm gonna try to join you. If you could have a medical team meet me halfway, that would be super. I look more like Commander Edwards than an engineer right now.
How many staff do I have? I know I have Saral.
You have Saral and like 3 nurses.
And they're all moving patients.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, Kelly. We're a little no the big one. Get the big. We're a little
one
busy.
The big Saral goes. The big one, sir. There's many big crates. What are you talking about?
The big med kit, the one that has all the things.
Okay. Yes. Grabs the med kit. Goes.
The one that has all the things.
I'm going, Kelly, you're gonna have to meet us corridor, and A9, I think. A9, right next to the turbo lift. You're gonna have to meet us there.
Think I can get there.
To the bridge, and Commander Edwards, you see, you hear DeCharles say, "Sir,
What?
we're dead in the water."
Okay. Strasser. Signal to Guan Yu. Give him what we have. Let him know the state. Nishizumi. You try to get us moving again. Troll. Lock on.
You see, we are gonna fall out of combat now. You see a pulsating wormhole in front of you. 3 ships move in. Edwards, you are being hailed.
Okay. Well, communications is still working, so Strasser, get that message to the Guan Yu. All right, on screen.
In front of you, you see a. In front of you, you see a humanoid. Have we ran into Vorta before?
We've not yet seen a Vorta.
Okay.
Only Hagen has in the memories.
I think first contact was made with a Vorta at this point in the time period, right?
Yes, first contact with the Dominion as a whole was made through a Vorta, who was pretending to be captured.
Yeah. So I would have seen reports, but not.
Mm-hmm. You see in front of you a humanoid figure on the view screen. You see the view screen is physically cracked. There's a part of it that's just not working. It doesn't cut off the picture of the humanoid. You see a humanoid man, rather diminutive in stature, probably about 5'9" or 5'10" by the looks of his upper torso. Sort of very smooth white face, large sort of ear structures, and with a sort of brown and black hair curved that's sort of long and hangs around the neck. You see a little top, a a top bun as well, with some hair coming out of it. Says USS Tenjin. This is the divining vessel that just crippled you. Are you all still alive over there?
No thanks to you. This is Commander Edwards. What can I do for you? It's not a very friendly way to say hello.
Well, I assume that you have some allies of mine on board. Is that correct?
We have some injured people we managed to rescue from this local Romulan station. To whom are you speaking? To whom are you speaking?
To who is speaking, are you trying to ask?
No. Who are you speaking of?
Okay, much better. Well, there's a rather severe-looking chap I happen to
Oh, shit.
want
The
to
troll's about to find out. Sorry.
You see, Admiral... I seem to have forgotten the guy's name.
Are the
Would you happen
Volta
to know it?
immune to telepaths?
That is a fantastic question. I don't think so.
I think that's part of the reason why they captured Beta Z almost immediately.
Yeah, because they were afraid of telepaths because they don't have telepaths in the Dominion. Just one moment here. Sorry, I lost word. An Admiral Velnock, I believe. He hasn't died, has he? Well, I suppose I don't know. Your ship has taken quite a beating, it looks like.
Yeah, last I checked, he was taking a quick nap. Hopefully you didn't send him out into space.
Well, I sure hope so too. I happen to appall this loss of life. It would be so much better if we could just be friends, like our new Romulan friends of the Tal Shiar. So, Commander Edwards, I'm here to accept your surrender.
Well, I would love to make life a little easier for you. We both have something the other one wants.
And that is?
Seem hell-bent on finding this Romulan admiral. I might be able to help you there. And I would like to leave here with as many of my crew members as possible.
Be that as it may, I don't believe you find yourself in a very strong negotiating position. You see the two other Jematar attack ships sort of come and are on your port and starboard.
I'm going to do that little hand movement that they mute audio. Strauss, has that signal been sent yet?
Sorry, I have Lee muted. I'm not sure if he...
So rude of you,
Oh,
muting another player. How dare you?
Just lots of angry, loud noises still.
Yeah. I've been checking every 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't want to... I just don't want...
I have
us
to mute it
overhear
too,
anything.
otherwise it's going to be just...
So while that is
recording.
taking place, what level is the brig on?
Brig is next to the security office, so I believe deck 2.
Okay.
Strasser looks up and says, Commander, I attempted to send whatever message I could. Of course, the nebula has a deleterious effect on all communication technology. I assume that's why they put this Romulan installation here in the first place.
Acknowledged. I do that little hand movement to get the sound back. Okay. Yeah. So, about that.
About that.
No, we are not in a very strong position to be making demands. However, as it stands now, he is your link to your Romulan allies, as you so plainly put it.
You see, he has a shit-eating grin on his face.
So he's not your only one. Well, I guess we don't need him then. Yeah, just send him out into space.
Commander, now I know why that promotion has been giveth and taketh away. As, if I can quote a human expression, you're not very good at this, are you?
While this is going on, have
Mhm.
I felt the thoughts of this Vorta yet? Like, this has got to be alien to me.
Yeah, I'm gonna say at this point, Dr. Hagen, you and Kelly have met up. We're gonna cut down to the for the cargo bay. We're sort of messing with time here, but
Yeah, please.
give Edwards a little bit of time. Kelly, Hagen, you all meet up. You set up in one of the auxiliary cargo bays.
On
There are
deck
some
two.
small on deck 2. You set up sort of a mix. Actually, Hagen, I'm gonna have you give me a roll here. Give me a presence medicine roll.
Presence medicine. Okay.
Yeah.
To
This
detect a
is-
truly astronomical amount of smugness.
Presence medicine. Any focus to do with like admin stuff, like organization.
I mean, the only thing I'd have here is emergency medicine because I run the emergency medicine aspect of it. I make sure everyone is going where they need to go, setting up what they need to set up, that everything is getting done in the most efficient manner possible.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it. Give me presence medicine difficulty of 2.
I'll give you a threat for a dice.
Okay. All right, that is 2 momentum generated. Yeah, you as soon as you hit the cargo bay, you go right to work. Sorrel says, orders, Doctor.
Get biomonitors set up on biobeds 1 and 2. Get ensign and I'm what are the security officers? Ensign whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Get Ensign Jones, Dumoulin gel for those burns, and I just start coordinating the nurses to give out effective care. And once I have it set up the way I want it set up, since nothing's been fired yet, nothing's been, no, the ship's not shaking anymore. I'm going to start reaching out and trying to see if I can find a leader here, because there's something is going on, but I'm not sure what as of current.
Okay, just one moment here for me.
Mm-hmm. Insight medicine with the focus of telepathic prowess.
Yeah, give me. So you're say again what you're trying to detect. I'm sorry.
Basically, no one's been. We haven't been shot at for the last about 5 minutes, so I'm going to start reaching out and looking for a leader here, because I know that there are enemies out there. I need to find an unfamiliar one that their thoughts sound like I'm in charge of this situation.
Okay, yeah, insight medicine. I'm gonna increase your difficulty because you're actively administrating a triage situation on board the ship. Give me insight medicine difficulty 3.
Okay. I'm going to use the Starfleet Surgeon's decoration to decrease that difficulty and
Good too.
buy a
Okay.
dice with momentum.
Sounds good.
Focus here, and are you fucking kidding me?
Oh.
Wow. You are just so distracted. And you're not able to center yourself. You're number one, you're feeling the telepathic thoughts, the service thoughts of everybody in this room. They're all in various stages of pain.
You know
all of
what?
them. Yeah.
I need this. I need to see if there's anything that we can use here, because we are in a bad situation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use a determination to re-roll that.
Okay. To what value?
Failure is not an option.
One moment. Oh, not Commander Kyle. He's not here anymore. Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah. Go ahead and give me your reroll.
There we go.
Alrighty, 1 momentum generated.
And I'm going to reroll that 18 just in case.
Okay.
Here we go. There we go.
Alrighty.
There we go. 4 successes.
Okay. 2 momentum generated on that. What you reach out telepathically, you sort of wash away the distraction. You actually do stop moving momentarily and reach out. You feel the anxieties and fear from the personnel on the ship. You actually wave through Edwards. You feel Edwards. What are your surface thoughts and emotions right now as you're in the
Surface
midst
thoughts
of
and emotions. Yeah, so that's going to be. How the fuck are we getting out of this? Yeah, shit. With like just a coating of fake calm on top.
Right.
Okay. Awesome. You feel that. You feel Edwards, who is normally, I would say, just speaking from what I've learned about Edwards, normally pretty laid back, pretty like one of the best officers you've definitely even served with in your limited Starfleet experience, is stressed.
Right.
Very, very stressed. He's I would say probably afraid. He's in an area where his strengths are not. I mean, Edwards is getting better at this whole command thing, but it's still not his bread and butter yet. You feel what Edwards is stressed about, and you feel it's a kind of consciousness that you've never dealt with before. It's everything about this humanoid that Edwards is speaking to. There's no depth. There's no underneath. Everything is surface, and on the surface is a brash overconfidence. You know that this person is in charge. You know that this is an alien of which you've never encountered before. You yourself have never encountered before. And you also get the feeling you just don't see a lot of depth. You just see everything as surface. Everything is.
Do I see? I know that Vorta, the founders, are always on their mind. Mm-hmm. Do I see that he worships the founders? Do I see that the founders are, the most important thing to him? Because I want to know if Hagen knows this, because I have an idea.
Spend 1 momentum for the obtain information if you'd like.
I will do it.
You sort of creep around, and it's not thought about. It's not reckoned with. It's true. It's scientific fact to this person. The founders are the creators, are the gods, are everything all the time. They're omnipotent. They have the power to shape and reshape galaxies. Everything. I mentioned earlier that everything's all surface. This isn't even internalized. This is, and I'm going to give it to you. This level of devotion is organic. You get the feeling this person was bred to have this devotion. That's why it's not Edwards. Yeah, Edwards, you get a hail.
I do that little hand silent thing. Turn away from the camera. Yes, Doctor.
Tell him we know the location of the founder.
Do we? Like outside of character?
There's one that they don't know what happened to it.
Hmm.
There's now a pause between every oh shit.
Dr. Hagen,
Yeah.
and I'm not kidding, take a point of determination.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, I turn back to the screen. You're right. Sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Oh, well, we've been having such a fun time talking between these screens. I figured that you didn't need my name. But, my name... God damn it. I wrote down five... I wrote down 5 names and I didn't ever pick one. Hang on. Names.
George.
I wish it was George. I wish it was as simple as that. One moment, please. My name is Deos.
Deos.
That's sort of a letdown, man.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm not talking to
Oh, okay.
you as just
Well, Mr. Deos, you're right. I'm not very good at this. These conversations between diplomats. It's not my bread and butter. What I am good at is having things people want. For instance, as we discussed, we have your Romulan admiral, but more importantly, we have information you want.
I find it very hard to believe that you know anything that I don't know.
We have the location of your missing founder.
Give me Commander Edwards right now.
You cheeky motherfucker.
Give me. This is going to be an opposed roll. Give me presence, command.
Spend everything.
Spend it all.
Presence, command, opposed.
Yeah, obviously going with diplomacy.
Can he get an assist?
No, he's going solo on this.
No, having the information is the assist.
Yeah.
And I'm going to cite my value of there's a time and a place. As in, there's a time and place to give up this information.
Wow.
This is the time and the place.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the time and the place. Hold on your roll for just a second. I need to get my shit together.
Me too.
Sorry, I couldn't think of anything else to do.
Yeah.
Hold on. Why are you apologizing? What are you doing?
It's better than my plan.
Your plan was to get him to board and then fight him?
No, maybe.
You're lying. I knew it.
There was a little bit of that in there. There was also the usual subterfuge of having Nishizumi just kind of dead in a drift, just get us as close to the wormhole or generator as possible, looking dead, and then exploding the ship. But
Okay.
I like this plan a little bit more.
After this, by the way, I would like to try to get further along that work track.
Yeah, that.
Yes, that you can do a roll after this roll after we do this, okay? Okay, go ahead and give me how much what are you spending?
Okay, so I'm going to save those 2 momentum. I don't have a bold on this. I am, however, going to make sure this is a conflict. All right, so I get a free question at the end of this if I win. So I'm going to buy... Yep, I'm going to go with 1 with momentum, 2 with threat. Correction, 1 with threat, 1 with momentum, 1 with threat, in that order.
Okay.
For the spending.
1 with... Okay.
Because it doesn't matter. The math will check out either way.
Okay.
That
So you're
makes me
spending
the
2
5
momentum
dice.
and adding 1 to threat in total.
You realize
Yes.
at 20 threat, the GM can activate tactical nuke and end the round.
Okay. Yeah, so that brings me up to 4 dice total, dropping down to 3 for the determination. Alright, let's fucking do this.
Do it. Oh my god.
Yeah. So how?
What was the
Yeah.
difficulty on this?
Well, I might be able to quash that in a
suppose.
second, depending on the the momentum gained.
Okay. For everybody's information, my target number is 14. And I'm spending everything. For 5 dice. No, I'm not. I am spending. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and spend 3 threat and activate a value of my own.
Come on, please, please, please. Please let this work.
One moment, please. Everybody's ass is so tight right now. Oh my god.
Edward, do you have anything that would let you re-roll that 20?
No.
We shall
have bold
succeed
or
at
cautious?
all costs.
I have bold security. I'm very good at hitting things.
So my roll gets +2 to, and it's target number. Oh my god! I rolled like. Oh my god!
Okay.
1 +2 is 3 successes.
I was holding my breath. I didn't even realize I
Gain
was
3
holding my breath.
momentum.
Okay, I'm going to spend 2. Is that complication even a thing? Do I have to quash that in a social?
If you don't quash it, I'm using it.
Okay, then yeah, bye-bye.
Okay.
Okay,
Don't be a fucking idiot. Are you kidding me?
just making sure.
You I'm gonna tell Edwards what's happening, but I'm gonna let Hagen know right now too. Hagen, you feel an immediate change. You feel a change from I am winning this. This is as easy as it's ever been in my entire life. To win this, I am winning to oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
Yes.
You feel the self-confidence meld and turn the other side, and you feel a deep-seated anxiety, fear, and where that devotion was organic and not present in a mental state, it's right front and center. The Edwards. The
Yeah.
Vorta's face changes from a shit-eating smirk. You see that melt into all business. No playing games anymore. The Vorta looks at you and says, "You will tell me where the founder is now. You have no idea the power that you are messing with."
I don't think I will, because that's currently the only thing keeping us alive. That information exists in one place and one place alone. Here. Now, as far as this entire engagement goes, we're already dead, correct? You have us over a barrel.
It's a human expression I'm not familiar with, but I see your point.
So, there's nothing stopping me from just speeding up the process and destroying the ship with the information you seek.
That would be unwise.
Yeah, I'd hate for your superiors to find out you could have helped them recover.
Give me another roll, Edwards. Give me presence command. This is not opposed. Difficulty 2.
This game
You're-
anymore.
This is beautiful. This is
Oh, this
art.
is good.
Okay, diplomacy again.
Presence command difficulty 2. I am spending 3 threat to increase complication rate. 4 threat to increase complication range to 3.
Yep, I am spending one of my banked momentums to refill my determination. I'm gonna just keep citing that time and place.
You're oh shit. Okay. You're using your determination again?
I'm spending one of the banked ones I have to
Okay.
refill and spend. Just making the
So you're
notes.
spending 1 momentum for a third die, and then
Give me a second. I will be. Yeah.
okay.
Okay. Sorry. What's the difficulty again?
2.
2. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
2.
Presence commander. Why do I suck at this game? Okay. Focus.
Ooh, Edwards is doing stuff that
Fine.
he is not spec'd for.
No, my target's 11.
Oh god.
Using focus. Dice pool 3.
And you're
What's your
using
no
a
no no no
determination,
no no
so
no?
you
What's
get
your
an auto
focus?
crit.
What focus are you using?
Diplomacy?
You
Yeah.
This is definitely diplomacy. Cowboy diplomacy, but diplomacy.
That's not wrong.
I would also argue that Starfleet protocol might come into effect of, denying our equipment.
Starfleet protocol is actively hindering you. So no.
Okay, yeah.
But I will accept diplomacy. Yeah.
Okay,
That's
cool.
fine.
Yeah, gonna buy with 1 momentum, 2 threat.
For 4 dice plus your determination.
Yep, 4 dice. But no, I'm not gonna use the determination. I'm just gonna
Okay.
I'm gonna spend it so I have it ready to go in the pool where it belongs.
What the fuck?
Yes! Oh god.
Kyle is
Holy shit!
freaking out. Again, I'm gonna tell Hagen what she senses. Hagen, you sense it goes from anxiety and about all this devotion to this man is actively shitting himself.
He's actively what? Shitting himself?
Shitting himself, like literally, not literally, but like he is like, oh my god, if he finds a way to tell the other founders, because he's like, how many other founders does this guy know about? I don't know, because that's supposed to be a well kept secret. But this guy is fearing for his life right now, literally, because from your telepathy, that if that's found out that he let this opportunity go to waste, he gets.
And to be
his
fair,
head cut.
every single Jim Hadar on the bridge just heard that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
every one of them.
Yeah, Edwards, you actually see in the background Jem'Hadar soldiers look at each other and then look back at their stations with wide eyes. The Vorta.
Can I have my momentum, please? Oh, I did. Never mind, it's 3. Okay. Oh, all right.
So, Edwards,
how's that Kelly roll doing?
Yep. I'm gonna let you roll twice, Kelly.
Thank you.
Okay.
Drink my lemonade.
Oh my god.
Okay, so I will buy 1 dice with momentum and another dice with 2 threat.
1 dice momentum, 2 dice with threat eye.
And away we go. I'm going to use my bold to reroll that 20. Ooh, that's a terrible roll.
You could spend a determination to re-roll it.
Yeah, Edwards, how many of those do I have banked? How many milestones do I have banked? Can I use those for straight rerolls, or how does that work again?
Yeah.
So if you burn a milestone, you get a determination. You still have to set a value. So, but then yeah, you can use it like one.
No, citing the value is not a problem.
Yeah, totally. So for everybody's awareness, yeah, your resistance is 3 for this roll. Your difficulty, because you're still distracted. The base difficulty is only 3 because that breakthrough reduced the difficulty. So you just need one additional success.
Yeah. Well, I can re-roll that 20 with bold and then decide whether or not to burn the milestone.
Yeah, that's totally an option.
Yeah. Last I checked for your milestones. Because I don't track spending them.
Well, there we go.
3. Okay. Yeah, there's your 3. You hit the difficulty. There is still 3 resistance to contend with. Roll 7 challenge dice for me.
Spend for piercing.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and spend 1 momentum for piercing.
Okay, that reduces the resistance to 1.
And breakthrough, I believe.
Yep, that is 6 minus 1. Oops. Equals 5. 6 minus 1 is 5. That is also gets you 5 work on the work track. You have a second breakthrough as you sort of center yourself. Hey, Dr. Hagen, while she's fucking with telepathy, she's actually dabbing your forehead with a little thing to staunch the bleeding.
Right.
And
So you're
Search is
like,
gonna sass at her.
and then that reduces the resistance. That's basically what the piercing is.
Hey, Kestra,
Yes,
Yeah. So
sir.
that is
how do I look in command
you're
colors?
able to get your way out of the webbed sort of mire of Dominion tech and get to the Borg tech where you're more familiar with it. You work your way in. You are almost to the point where you can begin the shutdown sequence.
You should stick to engineering yellow.
I'm sorry. Hi. Speaking that whole time, I'm so sorry. You guys were
Now
probably
you're giving me career advice, Doc.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh God. We're gonna start making out with each other all over the table.
No, Kestra's not interested.
Neither
Not
is
that Kelly's
Sersha,
not
nor is
pretty, it's
Sersha
just-
tall enough.
Not busty enough either.
Yeah, hey Kestra, if I stuck a couple of, buns down my shirt, would you be interested then?
I don't think so, Kelly.
Now show your tongue down my throat. Anyways, sorry, I'm in a weird mood. Okay. I said that you can roll twice, so roll again. Keep
Okay.
in mind, if you the difficulty goes down to 2 for your control engineering task, you have 2 work left on the work track. If you do 5, if you do 2 work, you get a third breakthrough. If you do 5, you finish the task.
Okay, so I'm gonna go for broke.
Okay.
I will again spend 1 momentum and 2 threat to bring myself up to the maximum number of die.
Well, that gives you 4.
Computer expertise.
Oh shit!
And I will re-roll that 20.
Damn it! Oh my god, you rolled so well.
Jesus Christ.
That's 5 momentum generated. If you roll at least 5, you close the wormhole. So let's do it.
Does she close the wormhole, or does she have the capability of closing the wormhole?
She closes it.
Oh, shit.
I would like to spend 1 momentum for piercing.
The resistance is only 1, but you can still do it if you want.
Fuck it, it'll still leave us at 4 momentum.
Okay.
I want to get as close to guaranteeing this as possible. And sorry, but Sersha doesn't know your plan.
That's fair.
If Sersha knew those ships were there, she'd actually be trying to sweep the particle beam across them.
Wow.
Well, shit, there we fucking go.
You succeed. You get to the point, right? You find a circuit that
Can we spend 2 momentum to create the advantage of it looks like a malfunction rather than an attack?
Actually, the way the system's set up, someone
It's
should
gonna
be able to shut it off. That was my understanding. There weren't actually controls to shut it off, which is why I'm having to hack it.
Well, okay. So I don't believe that was the case. I could be wrong, but let me lay it out the way that I'm sort of thinking about it. You, in order to, because the admiral was in the way and you were in a fight and couldn't get to the console that actually start primarily. So you neurally through your Neuralink got admin access, which allowed you to shut it off. Right. To begin the process of shutting it off. I believe it was like a difficulty 4 task to get admin access, and then you were able to, remember you asked about like turrets and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that gave you admin access, which I believe allowed you to begin the process of. So I think what you're talking about is that there was no way to shut it off at the console. The console turned off. But you were able to go through the actual computer system and get through it. It just took that one. Okay. So this will shut it off. But I will allow momentum spends to go towards an advantage if you'd like. To, I guess, affect the way it portrays. But this task was to shut it off. So what would you like to do, I guess?
Go ahead and spend that momentum to it looks like the Borg circuitry just decided not to cooperate, which is probably more or less what happens.
Yeah, pretty much.
Borg circuits be like, well, now I don't wanna.
Edwards, you see that this Vorta is laser eye focused on you, but if you see, you know how the view screen is only like partially taken up, you can still see the view. Out of the corner of your eye, you see the beam shut off, but it looks like it fizzled out. It goes and powers down. The wormhole begins shrinking. And because there's no active generation for it to be continue to be open.
Okay. All right. Velnok, your way home is closing.
I believe that's the admiral that you're talking to.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Sorry. Deos. Your way home is closing.
What? What's going on with the wormhole? I don't.
So Deos, here's what's going to happen. You're going to take all 3 of your ships. You're going to go back to that wormhole as fast as you can. Then I'm going to transfer you the information you're looking for just before it closes. This way, you'll be safe in wherever it is you hail from with what you seek. And if not, I destroy our ship and with it the information, and you crawl your way back to your founders.
God, this is beautiful.
Edwards, you're not going to like me. Opposed roll.
Yeah.
No way in hell am I letting that just be a thing. Can you assist?
I'm already in his head. Can I try and communicate just the suggestion of this is really, you should probably go home?
By the way, you see, Kelly was just sort of staring blankly ahead while she snarked at Kestra, and then she just holds up hand, high five, turned it off.
It's busy right at the moment. And you see the most concentrated look that you've ever seen on Kestra's face, and she's sweating.
Here's how I'm going to rule this, then. This is going to either be an Edwards opposed roll or a telepathy opposed.
I want it to be me. I got one more trick up my sleeve.
Let me try this telepathy roll. If
well,
it doesn't work, Edwards can move forward with what he's doing.
The thing is, your characters don't know what each other are doing, especially if you're laser focused on the Vorta.
Rock, paper, scissors.
I can hear the Vorta's thoughts as he's having them.
Yeah.
So that would be the way I know what's going on.
Yeah. Okay. So here. Okay. Here's how I'll adjudicate it then. I will let Edwards still roll, but Dr. Hagen, if you would like to do a task before that, okay, you can assist if you want. Yeah, absolutely. I bet you assist with insight medicine.
Yeah, I wasn't looking to force him. I was just looking to assist here.
Because the way that you said it, it sounded like you wanted to force him. So
No. I'm just wanting to plant a suggestion, make it easier for Edwards to convince him.
Okay. This will be presence command assisted by insight medicine. opposed by Insight Command again.
Okay. All right. So here's what
And
I
God
want.
damn it! Oh, I do have a threat. Good.
Since this is telepathy, would it be presence medicine? For me?
Yeah. Presence medicine makes more sense. You're right.
Okay.
Alright, telepathic prowess as a focus.
I will take it. I'm spending 3 threat, and then 1, 2, 3 more threat to activate a value and roll with 4 dice.
I threw my hand up. Okay. So here's what I want to do. I'm going to roll. I'm going to buy my dice. I'm going to cite diplomacy. I'm going to cite my determination with my value of... Yeah, life is a game and my crew are my teammates. And I'm going to spend my last banked milestone to -1 security +1 threat. Character shift.
Okay.
It's just a normal milestone, so all I can do is shift disciplines or change over focuses.
Cool. Awesome. How
Okay, now I just gotta figure out how I'm gonna buy
I'd
these
just
dice.
like to say, you said -1 security +1 threat.
Oh, sorry, command. +1 command. So shifting
that's
my
why I was
5 security to 5 command. Okay.
cool.
Alright, cool. So I'm going to buy with... Yeah, cool. So I'm gonna buy 1 with threat, 2nd with momentum. Correction, scratch out, reverse it.
Cool. All right. Go ahead and
So
make
that's
your roll,
2
Edward.
dice with determination.
Oh my god.
Ah, yes. 7 successes in total.
Jesus Christ!
Okay. Well, I'm still rolling 4 dice plus 2 successes automatically, so let's see what happens. Again, my target number is 14. That is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Well,
We have a tie. Now, in this event, I will treat it like a melee attack. You can either clash, in which case we roll again, or you can succeed at cost.
Does succeeding at cost mean giving you threat, or...
No, it's going to be a story thing.
Yeah, I want to succeed at cost. Also,
I'm going to ask.
Go ahead.
I'm going to ask as a GM. Are you sure you want to succeed at cost? Because it will be a success, but it's not going to be a success in the way that you're thinking.
Would it be the same roll?
Yeah, it would be the same roll.
Okay,
Same
so
roll,
4. He'd still get the 4
determination
dice.
this time around.
I'd still get the success.
Okay, yeah, we'll reroll. We'll clash.
Okay. You see. Okay. We will re-roll. Go ahead and spend what you need to spend.
So wait, we're not going back to the same roll?
Nope, we're re-rolling. Sorry, I thought I made that unclear.
Yeah, it's a reroll with... It's still presence command, all that jazz, but now I'm sans of determination.
Yeah, don't have the resources to put to it anymore.
Can I challenge the value, honesty is the best policy, give myself an auto?
Sure can. Oh, I was waiting for that. That's awesome. Yep. Honestly, the best policy, not in this case. That gets you another determination point.
And I'm going to spend it to auto crit here.
Okay. I'm going to buy my 4 dice. 1 with momentum, 2
Okay.
threat.
1 with momentum, 2 with threat, huh? Hagen,
I just meant it to be the one.
Yeah, just be the one, right?
One crit.
Yeah. Okay. So that is 6. That is 6 in total. Unlike
No,
you
that's
guys,
7.
No, that
Actually, that's 8. That's 8.
the 9,
5
ignore
plus
the
3.
9. Ignore the 9.
Yeah.
Because he was just
Ignore-
meaning to roll the 1.
Yeah.
So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's 7 successes. So, for me, I spend 3 threat. I get to use a value, and then I'm rolling 4 dice.
I mean, I'll spend threat to use values.
I suppose you did, but again, target number 14. He gets 2 free hits.
Oh, you fucking kidding me?
That's another clash.
Yeah.
2, 4, 6, 7. Yep.
Oh my
That's 7
god!
successes.
God. I'm gonna
Okay.
spend my banked milestone that I got for citing failure is not an option to use a determination again. Failure is not an option.
I will offer you the same option. Would you like to succeed at cost?
No, I want to see how this clash is working out. Go for a third.
Go for a third. You have no resources at all. Go ahead and spend what you need to spend.
You also have no resources at all.
You're damn right.
Okay.
Do what you
This
want.
is just getting more and more desperate. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining like the fucking
All right,
good, the bad, and the
ignore
ugly
the-
eye pans.
I've already I can't challenge a value a second time in the same mission.
No, you
I'm
can't.
gonna spend my banked milestone to get a determination back, and spend failure is not an option to get another auto crit, because what the fuck?
Okay.
God,
We
this
can
is
we can
funny.
just instead of you rolling Testra, we're just gonna have him add 2 to whatever he rolls.
I'll just add a determination to my roll.
Yep.
Okay.
Fuck it. You know what? If I don't spend threat, you can't spend threat. So let's just go at face value.
Oh, you little fuck. Oh. But see, okay. Oh my god, I need to roll 2 crits in order to clash.
This is so fucking funny.
Oh.
This is
This is
exciting.
why
I
don't
like
have
it.
hair. Oh, thank
You win. You get 2 momentum from that. Oh my god,
Okay.
my heart.
Right before he leaves, I'm gonna communicate to Edwards. Tell them she's dead.
You see the Vorta, his eye twitches, and you actually see a dribble of blood start flowing out his nose. Set course for the wormhole. You better tell me where that is. And you see the ships turn around.
We'll prep the information and send it right over as soon as you're through.
And they cross the wormhole. There is only a second left. Do you or do you not send the information?
Like I wanted a few more than a second because I was gonna put Emperor on a probe and send it.
No. This is you're not gonna be. You don't have time to send a probe.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. No.
I
deep
breathe
within
out
her heart, kill
and
the
I high five Sersha.
Yeah. I'm gonna just say she's dead and close the communication.
Oh my god. The wormhole closes. And you sit in quiet, floating space. Your ship is still actively on fire. You have 3 decks that are currently being flooded with
Face.
space and nebula material. You are not able to be moved. You can't move, only with thrusters. You sit floating until warping in at the last possible second is the USS Guan Yu. Ooh, comes in and sits. Captain Lee, you're on the bridge. You see the USS Tenjin, a beautiful ship when you first saw it, is almost cracked in. You see it's venting plasma. It's not doing well.
Tenjin, this is Guan Yu. Do you require assistance?
From you, Captain, any day. We're gonna start sending people over to you, and we'll lock this place down, do what we can, and we'll deal with this relay station when I'm over there.
I call the bridge. Hagen to bridge.
Go ahead, Doctor.
Requesting, as soon as we get back to Narendra Station, 2 weeks leave, please.
We'll sort that out when we get back. Guan Yu, prepare to receive wounded. Doctor, get your patients ready.
Aye, sir.
Kelly, lock this place down so it's not going to blow up, and we'll figure out what to do with her after.
Captain to sick bay.
Aye, aye, sir. Oh,
Wounded.
no rest for the wicked.
Incoming.
And the ship begins preparations. Commander Edwards, Detrall walks up to you. He said, she looks you up and down. Give me insight. Give me insight. Difficulty 1. Edwards.
I'm not even citing a focus. I'm too tired.
Oh my god. Detrall is looking at you with the thirst of a Romulan woman who is deeply attractive to you.
He's not going to be when she finds out I saved her father.
Yep. Detrall walks up to you and says, "Commander, may I just take the time to give you my..." Okay, I'm done being professional. That was fucking awesome. And holds out and shakes your hand with a vice-like grip.
Well,
Apologies,
thank you.
Commander. You see that she straightened her uniform, which is yeah. Just to let you know, we at Starfleet Intel. You see that she actually stops talking and sees the rest of the bridge crew sort of leave. Nishizumi, you're sitting at the helm, having just witnessed a pure feat of diplomatic prowess from Commander Edwards. What is Nishizumi doing right now?
I mean, what is she doing?
Yeah, what is she doing?
Well, I suppose she'll try to maneuver the ship a little closer to the Guan Yu, but I think her view on Edwards changed a little bit. But I say a little bit though. She's not a fan of him still, but
That's fair.
But I'd certainly say that it's improved.
Okay. Commander Edwards, Detrall continues. There was not a large hope that this vessel would be able to succeed at the feat that we sent it to do. And the entire Alpha and Beta Quadrant, the entire Federation is in your debt today. I hope you know that.
Not just me. I owe a lot of drink.
Perhaps one for me, Detrall says.
I hit the button, just all channels. When we get back to the station, drinks are on me.
You hear a yeah!
Kestra actually actively starts losing her shit laughing.
Sersha has-
One at a time.
Go ahead, it's fine.
Sersha, go ahead. Sorry.
Sersha leans over, taps the comm, and says, "Better not be any synthol. I want the real shit."
And
Oh my
Nisha's
God,
gonna
we
be
almost died.
Nisha's gonna will just say, like, just a blank expression. I don't drink.
Oh my god. Such a hard woman to read. Detrall says, standard procedure for ops like this, especially when they're as successful and as dangerous as this one. This ship is, unless the Guan Yu intends to tow it through the Romulan neutral zone, my recommendation to you, Commander, since you are still the captain of this vessel, is once everybody's off the ship, set it for self-destruct.
It was comfortable. It was a comfortable chair while it lasted.
I
Maybe we
will make
shouldn't-
sure. Yeah.
Maybe we shouldn't return with the evidence of our treasonous ways and our
Yeah.
little cloaking device. Okay. Edwards to security. Prep our prisoners for transport. Full founder protocols.
Aye, sir. Detrol looks at you as I'm assuming everybody else on the bridge sort of leaves and says, in terms of prisoners, what happened with my father? Was he a changeling?
He was not, as far as we know from the few moments we had with him.
Oh, so he is dead. She looks at you.
I didn't say that.
We've taken him prisoner.
He's-
Currently
Looks over and
in.
he says,
Oh yeah.
Thank
Uh,
you, Lieutenant.
Oh, okay. Wait. Hold on a minute.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
No.
I thought I was going to talk to. She'll just
No,
remain
it's-
quiet.
Okay. I was just thinking, it's fine if you want to chime in like that.
I wanted it to happen.
That would have been hilarious.
But Lieutenant needs to be with you, so we're gonna try. Detrol looks at you and says, "Well, whatever you decide is up to you, but I will not be speaking to him again." So,
Fair enough. Okay. Well, crew, batten down the hatches, and we'll meet all on the Guan Yu. Hesitant to set this thing to self-destruct just yet, because, a warp core breach could do a lot of damage to that relay.
mhm.
I have an idea about that, Captain.
Go ahead.
Well, warp core breaches are pretty noticeable and tend to leave debris.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't we push both the ship and the station into that giant protostar over there?
Yeah, and you see conveniently off to your port side is a currently forming protostar from this star nursery that you went inside.
An excellent recommendation.
I
Get
think
back
I
on
can
the
nudge
Guan
the
Yu
station in there just by its stabilization thrusters.
Perfect. We'll do that when we're all on the Guan Yu in case we need to make a speedy retreat. Let's get out of here.
Solid plan, sir.
Okay, everybody leaves. You're all on board the USS Guan Yu, beaten, battered, tired from a long journey. As you set off, the USS Guan Yu's tractor beam, as it drags, releases both the station and the USS Tenjin fall, and get burnt up by the forming protostar. The evidence of your very clandestine operation inside the Romulan neutral zone is, to your knowledge, completely and totally removed. The USS Guan Yu finds whatever way it got into the neutral zone without getting detected, got out that way. To your knowledge, no, you were not intercepted on your way. You're not sure if anybody was aware, but you all set off towards Deep Space Fortitude, of a home which in game, were at maybe a couple days ago, but we have not been back there for real world almost a month. Well, more than that, actually. As the warp field sort of settles, we make our way down to sickbay, actually. Edwards, by the eternal nagging of your very, very motivated chief medical officer, you find yourself seated in a nice, clean operating, more spacious med bay, with currently some sort of instrument digging its way inside of your shoulder wound.
Ow! I
It's,
thought you could do this without hurting.
Oh, I could. Next time. And I pull the laser scalpel away. Follow my orders. Okay, Commander?
To be fair, I didn't go to sickbay.
You see Sorrel says, Doctor, is there anything else that you need from me?
No, Sorrel. You get yourself some well-deserved rest.
Well, you need some rest too, Doctor. Why don't after you...
As soon as I am done filing my reports.
You see, Edward, you're sort of sitting there, and Sorrel looks at Dr. Hagen and says, Dr. Hagen, you know that one of the roles that I take up in your absence is filing reports. I am very capable of doing them. How about, under doctor's orders, you take some well-needed rest?
Seconded.
Point taken, Sorrel. Commander, I need you back in this sick bay a week from now to finish the dermal regeneration treatments. In the meantime, keep that thing in a sling and no Parisi squares.
Future, you still stick me in a sling. I feel like this was intentional.
You had damaged joints, bones, and skin. Needs
Fair.
to be in a sling for a little bit.
And nerves. Don't forget nerves. Kelly's just like sticking her head around the corner.
Where did you come from?
Want a piece of candy?
Thank you, Sersha. And nerves. So, let my medicine do its job.
Yes, doctor.
And I kind of stand up and... Now, Commander? Requesting permission to be relieved of duty.
Granted.
I will.
I
Where's Dr. Hagen going?
Like, I don't think she knows at first. It's been a little bit since she has not been in a sick bay of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
Makeshift or otherwise. So, like, at first, she just kind of stands in the hallway for a second. And,
You see a science ensign go, Doctor, is everything okay?
Yes, just tired. Carry on. And, she's gonna start towards her quarters, I guess. They're on the same deck.
Yeah. You head right around the corner. You see your bed lying there, just relatively untouched, it seems.
Yeah, it hasn't been
Pretty-
unmade in about, a week and a half.
Yeah. And Dr. Hagen, as soon as your head hits your pillow, your eyes shut, and you find a restless sleep. After an unsignified amount of time, you find yourself standing in a grassy meadow on board you recognize where you are. You actually turn around and you see your family home on Beta Z. You're playing, frolicking.
She hasn't been back to Beta Z in so long, I'm imagining that some of the details of it are just starting to become fuzzy. Like, was that green or was it cream? Was that tree there, or no, it was beside the creek?
Well, I think that it doesn't really matter in terms of memory. You turn around and you see, standing in front of you, a 7.5 foot tall woman, very shapely, looking down on you, white, bright eyes. Doctor, I sense that.
I'm sorry, out of character. The name.
Yeah.
I'm forgetting the name.
Sunny.
Sonny,
Sunny. Thank you. Sunny.
it has certainly been a moment, Doctor.
Yes. Yes, sorry about that. We were unfortunately delayed.
That's all right.
How have you been?
Well, it's. Sorry. Well, it seems peaceful here. Don't you agree?
Yes. Yes, I used to play out here for hours. I remember Dad built. Yes, he built this rope swing right over the creek. It's just deep enough there that you can jump in.
You close your eyes and open them, and you are in a sort of a small creek area. It's definitely natural. This isn't one of those created sort of estuaries that is man-made that they just dig a hole and fill it with water. This appears to be a natural creek. You see a large, something equivalent to a Betazoid oak tree standing tall, and you see a very simple, sort of nylon rope with a little swing, slightly swinging in the breeze.
It's funny, I'm trying to remember the last time I felt this safe. I can't recall.
Well, I guess that's what you humanoids have these memories for. I have them simply because that's what I am now, a memory. You have it to dream about, to make you you, as I detect. Is that fair to say?
It's an accurate estimation.
I sense danger in this place. I don't know when.
What do you
You
mean?
see her face turn sad. You feel your the hairs on your arms stick up. You feel a chill kind of go through the air. The 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 sky, which was perfectly clear and blue, becomes cloudy and overcast.
Something going to happen to my home, to Beta said.
Rain begins to fall. You see the water hitting across the creek, sending up big sort of little tiny driplets of water. You look up at the tree, and the tree's leaves go from a beautiful vibrant green and pale green color to a darker green, and you turn around and see that you're back on that same hill, and you see your house, the house that your family grew up in, this house that you were raised in. A small fire lights up on one of the tall sort of wings of the building. Your family is a pretty important family. I mean, your families are all full of diplomats.
Mother and father.
Yeah.
Father's a full vice admiral. Mother's a rear admiral, upper half.
So you have a pretty big house with sort of a fenced-in yard. Do you see there's a fire billowing out of the second floor? The sky turns from a gray overcast to a deep, dark red. The grass, which was previously green and luscious, is now black and wilted. You see fires cropping up in the trees in the distance. And there's Sunny, standing with a sad face.
Someone attacking. Who would attack Beta Z? We're not a strategic target.
You see, coming around a burning tree by the creek are two completely in shadow, tall humanoid, about as tall as Sunny is, broad shoulders, spiked heads, each of them holding a rifle.
I mean, why? Beta Z isn't a military target. It's not even where the center of the strategic planning is for the sector.
You see Sunny puts a hand over your mouth and says, "Learn while you can. There is nothing you can do at the end of all this. What will happen has always meant to happen. That's scary to think of, but let it be your peace." You see, she evaporates into mist. You open your eyes. You're laying in bed, chills going down your neck and arms, as if that breeze is still somehow there. You sit up and you look. The computer says the time is 3:45 a.m.
Computer, establish a line to Beta Z. Communicator number 3729 Delta 5. It's my father. Personal comm.
Unauthorized communication.
Personal in nature.
Unable to process.
Override authorization Kelstra Delta 798.
Dr. Hagen, make me a reason security roll. I'll make it difficulty 0.
Not terrible. Oof. You still succeed.
Has the roll showed up for you? What did you roll? Sorry.
0.
Okay.
But it is a diff 0, so.
Okay. You think that this is something to do with the fact that you're on the other side of Klingon space, and in order for you to establish a communication to Beta Z, you would need to send communication lines in a time of war through an enemy's
forgot we
territory.
were at war with the Klingons.
Yep. So you hear the computer say, unauthorized access. Unauthorized access.
Fine. Display Federation newsreel. Major headlines.
You see sort of on the other side next to the door where your computer console is, you see oh shit. You see you look through the newsreels and you get the feeling that the war is not going well for the Federation. They have sort of fallen back. You see sort of stark headlines, Federation falls back against the Klingon menace. You know, stuff like that.
Right.
You see you see that everything with the Klingons seems to be going in a negative direction, but there's no. I mean, you look even to like Beta Z local news, like KDSY Beta Z in the morning, and you see the weather today is 70 degrees and sunny. Oh, we're in Celsius. 30 degrees and sunny. You know what I mean? You don't get any. I mean, if you're looking for news about Beta Z being on fire, it's not.
Okay. I get up and I'm gonna go to the mess. no way am I going back to sleep.
Okay. I wish it wasn't 3:45. Yeah, you walk to the mess. You walk into an empty galley. There's not a single person in there. Anybody who's awake is currently on duty. So, you see a galley devoid of any life. You see the lights are even off as you walk in, and they sort of come on.
I go over to the replicator, I key in my code, and I say, what did they call it?
Ractagino.
No, not Ractagino. She does not need coffee right at the moment. I think they called it Computer 1 Banana Split?
Processing. And you see, as per the USS Guan, being a prototype ship still, out comes a banana split with there's some sort of congealed banana flurry on top. It's not like a full banana. Still some ice cream and some chocolate chip.
Type in the recycle command and redo it.
And now this time it works. A beautiful, nice, ripe banana sitting with chocolate syrup with
cherry.
Yeah, stuff like that.
All right. Take it over to one of the tables next to the window, and I sit, and I start eating, and I start looking out the window to, even though I know I won't be able to see it, looking for the star.
And as Dr. Hagen sits and looks for a star, we move on to the next morning. Mishizumi, I hear that you're some role-playing stuff that you want to do. It is currently...
I am going to go.
Okay, yeah. I figured you'd be heading out pretty quickly here, so that's why I was giving you a little...
Alrighty. Have fun.
Yep.
Later.
Have a good night.
Night. Yeah, Nishizumi, what are you looking to do? You guys are about, I would say, 12-ish hours away from Space Fortitude at this point.
Okay. She has two people to talk to. First of all, is Captain Lee here?
Yep.
Okay. Just want to make sure because I would like to speak to him too. First, I'm going to speak to Edwards. Like, go to his office.
Yeah. Edwards, it is currently 7:45, so right before your duty shift. Would you be in your office or would you be in your quarters?
Before my duty shift, probably
Edwards.
Yeah. Hello. Yeah. Hi. Okay. Hello. Do the disconnect thing, buddy. There we go. Okay.
All right. Hi.
Yeah. So if it's before my shift, I'm probably getting ready in my quarters.
Okay.
I am definitely the type of person who shows up right before his shift, not any time earlier than I have to.
Totally.
I mean, you're always
Nishizumi, you would know definitely with having served with Edwards for a couple of months now that he is punctual. He's very rarely early to his shift, so he's probably in his quarters currently. You begin walking to his office, but then that thought occurs to you.
It's not just for right now. Okay. Let's see. Well, she will contact him, let him know that she would like to speak to him. Just, which I guess I can just roleplay that.
Totally.
Nishi's bringing me to Edwards. Commander Edwards.
Go ahead, Lieutenant.
I would like to speak to you in your office some point, whenever you are available.
My shift starts in about 15. I can meet you there in 5.
Perfect.
See you there in a bit. Edwards out.
Yeah, and what does Edwards do with his remote?
I am fighting with my sling and my uniform, and I will now show up at my office 10 minutes before my shift.
It's sort of it's not like I had a lot of slings growing up because I broke my collarbone 3 times. So it's not one of those. Yeah, it's a lot. It's not one of those like low hanging slings. It's one of the slings that's even harder to deal with because the doctor wanted to make you regret it.
Yeah.
So it's the one where your hand is kind of by your, it's like up at an angle. So it getting into your shirt is pretty much impossible. So
Yeah, so
you
I'm gonna give up.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna like drape my fucking uniform over my top. It's good enough.
Yeah, pull up a card. There you go.
Yeah.
And you find as you walk to your office, Edwards, that Nichizumi is waiting for you outside the door.
Good morning, Lieutenant. Apologies for the top half of my uniform. Anyway,
Oh.
what can I do you for as I walk in?
No worries. It was a rough fight. Yes. She has a pad with detailed information about something that she would like to talk to him about. An issue that happened relatively recently during our little time on the station, noticing how security is very lacking.
Okay.
Yep.
So, Commander, here's a pad detailing all the inefficiencies with our current security detail. I recommend trying to strengthen our security. Perhaps trying to instill discipline. She will also put into the pad. She also has on a pad some of Kuro Morine's discipline into it as well. So just like some elements of it, just like suggesting what they can do. What she was basically saying. Perhaps my prior experience can definitely help with trying to strengthen the security. It's just like a recommendation, all.
This is very comprehensive. Well done. I've noticed a lot of these things myself, and crisis after crisis, we haven't had a chance to address it. I'm hoping we get a bit of downtime, and I would love to look into these in great detail over the next coming weeks. We are sorely lacking in a chief of security around on the Guan Yu. We should definitely look into that. Were you considering a department change, Lieutenant?
No.
Okay,
but
so you want to stay at cons, just...
I would like to stay at con, but however, if you would like me to assist in security a bit more often, I can certainly try doing that, as I do have the training and the knowledge.
Well, having you do a couple of duty shifts a week with security definitely wouldn't hurt them. And then we can actually try to, I know they don't actually have budgets, but sneak your little tank project into the security.
Wait a minute. Does he even know about the tank project at this point? Because I don't believe I have mentioned it to him yet.
Yeah.
It's the first officer. He ought to know everything going on.
Yeah, so so with all the work that you've been doing towards the tank project, you've taken up, I'm gonna say conservatively, you've taken up, what do you think, 12 hours in the simulator? Is that about right, Kelly?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So yeah, actually, you know what, Edwards, I'm gonna give you a roll for this. Okay. Nishizumi, so it is your intention to keep this from Edwards, right? Like you did this project with the sole reason of doing it by yourself with Kelly.
I mean, she will actually. It's kind of funny. We're rolling about something that is exactly the reason why she is about to speak to the captain about, and also speak to the first officer about as well. She's going to let him know, but in a different way.
So, my question is, up to this point, you would not have wanted him to know, right?
He would have not known about it yet, But I mean, I can certainly tell him now.
But so what we're trying to figure out is,
Would Edwards have figured this out on his own
yeah.
up to this
So
point?
I'm trying to figure out if you're trying to oppose it. If you're not wanting to oppose it, and but so I'm trying to figure out if either Edwards is just trying to figure it out, or if you're sort of working against him. Do you know what I mean?
Right, okay. Nah. There's no point in trying to keep it away from him. Yeah, he'll.
You just haven't came up to him and talked about it. Is basically
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
So then, yeah, Edwards, go ahead and give me. Yeah, go ahead and give me. Yeah, Insight Command. You already have it selected, don't you?
Yeah.
Insight Command. I'm gonna say, especially since it's using 2 of your bridge officers, I'm gonna say difficulty of. It's gonna be difficulty of 2.
Okay. This is just seeing with all the shit that's been going down. If I've been paying attention.
Yeah, fully been paying attention. Yeah, so Edwards, you know that Nishizumi and Kelly have been taking this project up, and that it certainly has security ramifications to it. But you've been sort of, obviously, you've been too busy to sort of deal with it front first, and Nishi's. So yeah, it would make sense that you would know. I would say.
Yeah. Actually, I just know you and Kelly are working on something, and I'm interested when you guys are ready to share. But if it's the 2 of you, I can only assume someone is getting shot with some holographic something.
Right. Okay. We are currently working on a prototype of a AFB. I don't actually exactly have the plans on me on the data pad currently, but I can certainly send you it to send you it later. Actually, I am about to speak to the captain about it as well, but I will have the plans ready then, and I can forward it to you then. But we currently have a working prototype in the holodeck.
Commander Edwards, that hits you right away. That to your, I mean, you have a lieutenant coming up to you and saying, I was about to go and speak to the captain about it and then let you know. Do you know?
Yeah,
So
that's fair.
Okay, yeah. I'm just...
This is a side project, and it's going to be using his resources. I'm personnel management. They're using their free time.
Okay, whatever. Yeah, I'm just pointing something out. But yeah,
yep.
That's
I saw the issues around it, but she's also a senior officer. She has the captain's door as much as I do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it works out, and we can put some resources to it. Maybe use the industrial replicators on the DS Fortitude. Anyway, is that all? Lack of security?
Speaking about that, yes, the lack of security, that one too. But now that we're getting onto this, I would like to request additional. I would like to request focusing on the project a bit more, as since we are currently at war with the Klingons and with tensions arising everywhere else. I believe this will help strengthen security and also strengthen the security of the Federation as well.
I'll look over your schematics, and if we're happy with them, the captain and I can probably put it towards approval when we get back.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. She will salute.
Ah, it's my left shoulder. I will return this.
She does an about face and leaves the room. She will have the data pad ready to go a few minutes, and she will also contact what's her name? Kelly, to meet her up on the bridge to speak to the captain as well.
Okay. Yeah, Kelly, you get a communication from Nishizumi that you and him are about to do a presentation to the captain for your prototype.
You and her, I believe.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Right. Saoirse will head on up. She's got what appears to be a chocolate milkshake.
Is this from her interdimensional space or from a replicator? That's just my
Replicator. It's a
Okay.
liquid, so
Yeah, it'd make it a little bit difficult. If she has like a straw in her pocket, I would understand, but
yeah.
Yeah, but it's a lot more than 15.
Kind of milkshakes.
So maybe.
Or I'm assuming that's a milkshake.
Yeah. It's a small off-duty Czechoslovakian traffic warden. She maintains dead eye contact as she says that and sips it.
Good.
Yes.
I will have to try sometime. We're going to go ahead and speak to the captain. I'll go ahead and let him know. Nishizumi to Captain Lee. Or actually, no. Is he? Do I know that the captain is in his ready room?
I would say that Captain Lee. This is his duty shift in the captain chair. So that meeting probably took about 5 minutes. So yeah, Lee, would you be in your quarters right before your shift, or would you be in the ready room?
Right before my shift?
Yeah, like 10 minutes before.
I'd probably be in the ready room.
Okay. Yeah, Nishizumi, you know that the captain is usually in the ready room about this time.
Nishizumi to Captain Lee.
Yes. What can I do for you, Lieutenant?
I would like to speak to me and Kelly would like to speak to you in your ready room if you're available.
I surely am. I'll see you shortly.
You guys have actually met it there, and as soon as he said "see you shortly," the door opened. Shh. Then Nishizumi and Kelly are standing there.
Wow, that was very prompt.
We try to be punctual, sir.
That was
Right. Before she enters, of course, she does the whole respect thing. She salutes, and well, of course, she stands at attention, salutes.
What's Kelly doing?
Kelly is waiting patiently for Nishizuma to finish her officer spiel before following her in.
Okay, just wondering.
At ease, Lieutenant.
She drops her salute. She takes her seat.
What may I do for you?
Well, Kelly and I have, if in case you may or may not have known yet already, but Kelly and I have been working on past, say now. How long have we been working on this, Kelly?
About a week?
Mm-hmm.
We've been working on it for about a week already, and we have been working on what we call Project Sabretooth. It is a armored fighting vehicle. She presents the plans over to the captain.
Okay, I take a look at it, and I am impressed by the enthusiasm and detail, and I go, and what do you propose with this armored fighting vehicle?
Well, Captain, not only would I think it would be a particularly good boon for us in ground fighting in our current war against the Klingons, the scientific applications of this device can also not be understated. It would be capable of carrying researchers into areas that would not be a minimal to prolonged exposure in an environment suit. You could strip out the turret on this thing, slap it full of sensors, and drive it into a volcano, sir.
So you're basically saying you could improvise a lab in that protective environment.
Or you'd have one hell of a durable search and rescue vehicle, sir.
Well, that is actually very interesting, and I must say I applaud your initiative. What do you need from us to encourage further investigation and development?
Material, sir.
Well, yes, and we currently have a working prototype of the vehicle, and we would like to.
I'm sorry, you're sort of breaking up here.
You're breaking up,
Well, yeah,
Nishizumi.
Nishizumi, you're going like full Mr. Roboto on us.
Say it again, right?
They just muted.
Ah.
Remember, they are driving. He said his signal might be spotty at times.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Ish?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I believe this vehicle will help ensure the security of the Federation in current war with the Klingons, as we would be the only, if I remember correctly, we would be the only ones with a vehicle like this. Plus, I do have extensive knowledge and training in vehicles like as these, and as well as the rest of my family as well.
Well, I think I will talk to number one and make sure that you are accorded what resource you may require. Of course, subservient to needs of normal ship operations and any sort of planned assignments that we might be directed to execute. But no, I only ask that you keep myself and the XO on your progress.
Of course, sir.
Out of character, I completely forgot to do this. If Nishizumi would have sent the plans, forwarded the plans over to Edwards as well. Forgot to send that over.
Well,
This
you wouldn't
is
have done
out of character. Saying this. Yeah, I would have done that already.
Yeah,
Just
sure.
basically.
Absolutely.
And the plans would have detailed the armaments and all that jazz stuff, whatnot.
You know, I hadn't considered it before, but given the space we have in the back, we could actually probably put up a small triage center in there. Just as another configuration option, sir.
Excellent. Flexibility is always good. Well, was there anything else that I can help with to facilitate this?
No, that was it. We just wanted to try to get additional focuses on and additional resources on the matter.
Well, great.
But
I'm very pleased with your thinking outside the box. I strongly encourage that of my officers and certainly want to reward that. So, yeah, by all means, proceed and let me know further if there's anything we can do to help you on this project. You know, it's no small thing to do, especially during this time of duress for the Federation, and you know, with all our duties being heaped upon. That's great. Just make sure you guys stay fresh, because you never know when we might need to respond to some other fire somewhere.
Of course, sir.
She stands at attention, stands up, salutes again, and she drops the salute and does an about face, leave with Kelly.
We'll let you know as soon as we make some more progress, sir.
That's fine, Kelly. Thank you.
Nishizumi, I think, will speak to Kelly a little bit, I guess. Well, I think that went well.
That went fantastic. We've got permission to build a tank.
Indeed. Hopefully, we can complete it in a reasonable amount of time before this war ends, and so we can test it out in action.
Well, she'll be tested in action one way or the other.
I'd love to see it plain on yours.
Did not hear a word you just said.
Okay. Well, wait. Did I actually cut out there? Out of character.
Yes.
Yeah.
I did not hear a word you said.
Okay. Well, she basically said she would love to see the faces of the Klingons when they see it.
The Klingons are going to absolutely love it. Mark my words. From what we've seen, we're going to be heading to war with the Dominion before long. You don't recruit the Tel Shiar and try to generate an artificial wormhole in a different part of the galaxy because you want to play nice.
I have someone to speak to, but hopefully we can get this done. She leaves, head to her quarters to speak to someone in her family. Wait a minute, out of character. I don't believe she can do that now, right?
No, unfortunately not. You head to your quarters and you attempt to set up a line of communication. You get the computer errors that our good Dr. Hagen was getting. Turns out it seems like communications are not being allowed to pass through Klingon space at this time.
Yeah, I think she'd be aware of the war going on. I think that's probably why.
Yep,
totally. Is she currently on duty or off duty at the moment?
You're currently on duty. Yeah, you're.
All right, she'll head back to Deutsch. Head back to her station.
Okay. Does anybody else have anything that they'd like to do before getting to Deep Space Fortitude?
I do not believe so. Nothing brings to mind.
Okay, Commander Edwards, anything that you had in mind?
I'll check in on Duratol before we head in. Oh, sorry, Durathral. Detrol. There it is. We got there.
Detrol. Yeah, the Romulan, right?
Yeah, the Romulan.
We'll say that this is a little bit later. You're not on duty. You're about 2 hours away from Deep Space Fortitude. You walk into the mess, and sort of sitting with a blue, beautiful crystalline bottle with a small crystalline heavy-set glass is Detrol. She's sitting away from. It's around 6 or 7. So there are a lot of off-duty Starfleet people in here. A lot of them, they seem to be talking and having a pretty decent time, but some of them are looking genuinely pretty tired. Some of them are just sort of slowly eating. You see that the replicators do not appear to be occupied. You sort of walk right by one. Are you ordering anything?
No. Check with her first.
Okay. Detrol looks down, is sort of looking down at her drink. She takes a sip of it, and as she sort of tilts her head back, she looks up and says, "Commander, I don't mean to be rude." So she actually reaches down into like a little traveler satchel that she has and pulls out pulls out another one of those big crystalline glasses. I always go on mission with 2, just in case I need a partner. And she actually takes a little rag and cleans the dust off of it, and puts it down in front of you. Now, Commander, sorry, go ahead.
I thought I owed you a drink, but it looks like I'm going to owe you 2.
That sounds good. I don't really have a taste for the synthahol that you Federation people have on board. I tried, I believe it was called a martini?
Yeah, synthahol is not the way to go.
Well, you know what is the way to go, and she holds up the blue bottle. I'm assuming you know what this is, Commander.
Based on it being blue, I'm fairly certain that's Romulan ale.
Yes, it's actually my family's blend. She unscrews the top and holds it up towards you and says, "May I?"
Isn't that illegal in the Federation? As I hold my glass out.
Well, as we are currently in unclaimed non-Federation space, it's a little bit of a gray area, but I won't tell if you won't tell.
Commander, are you
If anyone
bending
asks,
the
it's
rules?
blueberry juice.
What did
I
you say,
never.
Edward?
I said, Commander, are you bending the rules? You'd never catch me doing that.
I saw you bend the rules more than any commanding officer I ever saw. And even while I was with the Romulan Navy, she sort of grows quiet and takes another sip of her ale. She holds up her glass. Huh. I've never been very good at toasting. Do you have anything in your mind? If not, we can just drink. She smiles.
To making it through it.
To making it through it. King. And you take a sip. I don't think Edwards has ever had Romulan ale, huh?
No, it's illegal.
Yeah. Immediately, I'm going to have you give me a roll, please. This is like drinking Russian vodka straight, but with like a fruity overtone to it. It's like infused, like hipster vodka that you'd get at like a boutique. Go ahead and give me fitness. Fitness medicine difficulty. I'll say you're not, but you sort of downed the small amount that she gave you. Difficulty 1.
Okay.
Insight medicine.
I am going to cite diplomacy because holding one's face when drinking alien liquids is a class.
Like an actual. Yeah, I'll give you that. I'll give that to you. It doesn't really matter. Your medicine is 1 anyway.
I just wanted to cite it.
Okay. Momentum generated. You hold your face behind its fire in your mouth, but your face, she nods at you and says, "Yeah, most humans throw up the first time they have it. I'm surprised at your constitution, Commander."
To be fair, I don't feel my shoulder anymore. You put this in a hyperspray and Dr. Hagen's going to be out of a job.
Yeah, this isn't hyperspray material. It's a vintage. I forget what year, but my family owns a brewery. Oh, well, I suppose it's called a distillery. You get the feeling that she's had a little bit. There's the bottle's maybe half gone. She goes, "Yeah, my family, well, I guess used to own a distillery. My father was in charge of it, and then he got his notice that he needed to join the Navy. I think I was 17 at the time." You see her eyes grow sad.
I'm sorry about your father.
I'm sorry too. It'd been easier if he had died. You know what I mean? Oh, Jesus Christ, what was that?
Yeah. So
That
Kelly?
was probably my dog.
Oh my
She is
God.
being very fussy.
It sounded like a moaning sound. I was like, what the fuck is
That is a doggo declaring that I am not paying enough attention to her.
Wow.
poor pooper.
Yes, so cruel.
Anyway,
As you can probably tell, I'm more of a fly by the seat of my pants. I saw an opportunity to bring back valuable intel, especially when I found out he wasn't a changeling. If the Tal Shiar's involvement with the Dominion is as conclusive as he claims, we need to know about it. I did think for a moment to not bring him back.
but I hear from the logs, you seems like you were ready to leave yourself there.
It was a short
Simply-
moment. Given the choice between a wealth of information that could save the Alpha Quadrant or one commander playing at captain, the math was easy.
You know, I got the feeling when you were given command of this mission that it was some sort of a test. I'd say at the beginning you were a little of that negotiation. You were on your back heels. But you got there.
Yep. Well, when you have a crew as good as mine dealing from the bottom of the deck, just takes them a bit to get you that ace.
Your modesty is so human. Gosh, if if a Romulan was caught talking like that, not thinking purely out of ambition, they wouldn't last very long in the Navy. They would probably be killed in the Tal Shiar.
So what you're saying is don't apply for the Romulan Officer Exchange Program.
When it does, she laughs. When if that does become a thing, I think you would fit in okay. It'd take some getting used to, but did you take another drink?
I did.
You're starting to feel it a little bit. You sort of feel your head swimming a little bit. Your words are not slurring yet, but you sort of feel less inhibition. Definitely.
I haven't been this cheap a drunk since college.
I suppose. Well, I guess we're arriving at Deep Space Fortitude eventually. I'll probably be reassigned somewhere to the front, but you never know.
Well, if you're ever looking for a relaxing posting, it's always fun out here.
Well, Commander, I actually needed to pick something up from my quarters and then head up to the bridge. You maybe want to accompany me?
I'm not needed on the bridge for a while. I'll go for a walk, though.
Okay. You go to her quarters, and yeah, it fades to black anyways.
This is how you get NPCs killed.
Yeah. And with that, we're gonna go ahead and end it for tonight. Thank you all for coming. I know some people driving, some people were driving and witnessed accidents. I really appreciate it. Every single one of you gets an arc because it's at the end of the season.
Yeah.
I will also be handing out rep. To all who are watching this, I don't know who watch this, but thank you so much for watching. We'll hopefully pick it up next week.
Yeah, no.
Awesome.